Welcome back. Today let's try and look at the question 8 of 2021 of Novdec. Okay, question 8. Now the question 8 was a question under angle of elevation and depression. Okay, but our question was specifically on angle of depression. Okay, and I have some excerpt of the questions over here. They say from the top of a tower. Okay, from the top of a tower 80 meters high, meaning the tower, the length of the tower is 80 meters. Angle of depression, okay, of the top and bottom of a building are, so meaning that on the top of a tower, someone standing on the at the top of a tower and observing a certain angle, which is angle of observing what? A certain building beneath the tower. Okay, because when we talk about angle of elevation depression, let's quickly look at this. Now, assuming we have someone standing here. Okay, if you have someone standing here, when we talk of angle of elevation, okay, angle of elevation. Now, as the person is standing here, the eye level of the person, okay, or should I say, if the person looks straight, then it means that eye level will be in this form. This will be the eye level, the straight level of the eye. That's the eye level. Now, immediately the person raises his or her eyes upwards. Okay, immediately the person raises the eyes upwards. Then it means looking at something. Assuming there's let's say a bed around this section. Okay, and assume there's a bed around this section, and the person is trying to observe the bed. So it means the person will move the eye from the eye level, then point it to the bed over here. Okay, so now you could see that the eye level, the initial eye level, and now where the eye is now pointing to the bed has created what? An angle over here. Okay, it has created an angle, and this angle is what we term as what? The angle of elevation, because the person raised the eyes up. Okay, so this angle is what we term as what? Angle of elevation. Now, in the same manner, if we have our eye level over here, and maybe there's something on the floor, and the person turns the eye downwards, okay, to observe what is over there. So let's say we have this section here. So the person was here, the eye level, we have the eye level over here. Then the person decided to observe something beneath the eye level. Okay, if the person decided to observe something beneath the eye level, you can see that the eye level over here and the new direction of the eye has created a certain angle over here, and this angle is what we term as what? Angle of depression. Okay, the angle of depression. So when the eyes comes down, then we are talking about angle of depression. When it goes up, we are talking about angle of what? Elevation. So it's similar to what we are doing here. So here they said from the top of a tower, which is 80 meters high, angles of depression of the top and bottom of a building. So someone was on top of the tower observing a certain building beneath the tower, and the person observed the building, the top of the building, okay, and the bottom of it. So he from the top, the person observed the top of the building and the bottom of the building, and the angles that were created were 28 degrees and 36 degrees respectively. Okay, so meaning that let's have a sketch of it so that you better understand it well. So let's assume this is our tower. Okay, this is a tower. The tower, they said, is 80 meters high. So the length of it is 80 meters. Okay, now with this tower, someone with the eye level over here, we have the eye level from the top of the tower, we have the eye level to be here. So this becomes our eye level. Okay, straight. Now there's a certain building standing beneath the tower. Okay, there's a building standing beneath the tower. Now the question says the angle of depression of the top. Okay, the angle of depression of the top. So here the top of the building, this side becomes the top of the building, and this becomes the bottom of the building. Okay, the down here becomes the bottom of the building, so the top becomes the top of the building. So the angle of depression of the top and bottom of the building are 28 degrees and 36 degrees respectively. So meaning that the person brought the eyes from the eye level down, okay, down here. Okay, we have it down here, down to the top of the building. Okay, down to the top of the building. So they said the angles of depression of the top. So the top comes first. So the top will go with the first value, the first angle, which is 28 degrees. So from the eye level over here, the person brought the eye down to a certain level to observe the top of what? The building. So here is the top of the building. So from the eye level to the top of the building, what was the angle? So the top of the building goes with the first one. Okay, so the angle over here was 28 degrees. Okay, the angle created after the person descend the eyes from the eye level to the top of the building, it created an angle of 28 degrees. Okay, then the same person observed the bottom of the building. So the bottom of the building. So after observing the bottom of the building, it created an angle of 36 degrees. Okay, so it means that from the same section, this is the eye level. Okay, now the person removed the eyes from the eye level or descend the eyes from the eye level down to the bottom of the building. Okay, so in the same way we can create good over here. So the person removed the eyes from the eye level over here and brought it down to the building, okay, to the bottom of the building. Now they are saying that the angle created from the eye level to the new direction of the eyes is 36 degrees. So it means we can bring it here and write it bigger so that you observe it well. So we have from here down to this section is a total of 36 degrees. That's what the question is demanding. So the first section, angle of depression of the top and bottom of a building are 28 degrees and 36 degrees respectively. So there's our buildings standing here. There's the tower, 80 meters. Now there's they are saying the angle created after the person descend the eye from the eye level to the top of the building is 28 degrees. Okay, that's what we have here. Then the angle created after the person descend the eye from the eye level down to the bottom of the building is what? 36 degrees. Okay, so you can use pencils to draw this one nicely, pencils and rule to draw this diagram nicely. Okay, oh good, I am making a sketch over here. Good. Now the question proceeded and said the building and the tower are on the same level ground. So you can see that they said the building and the tower. So this is the tower and this is the building. They are the same on the same level ground. So it means there's no one moving ahead of the other. They are all on the same level ground. So this is our level ground over here. Okay, calculate to 4 significant figures. Okay, calculate to 4 significant figures the height of the building. So they want the height of this building over here. What is the length, the height of it? Okay, that's what the question is demanding. So this is our diagram. You can use pencil and rule to draw it nicely. Okay, here I'm making some sketches over here. So with this one over here, this is the height. Okay, now if you look at this angle sitting here, the bigger angle. Okay, the bigger angle. If you look at it very well, you could see that the eye level, the initial eye level, with the second eye level, okay, when the eye descend down to the bottom of the building, so you could see that we have a certain shape over here, the Z shape, okay. And in terms of parallel lines, we know that this kind of shape will indicate that the angle over here will automatically alternate these angles over here, okay, because of the Z angle over there, okay, because this line and this line will be parallel. This will serve as a transverse, okay. So this angle over here alternates this angle over here, so here too becomes an angle of 36 degrees, okay, angle of 36 degrees over here. Good. So from here we can look at we can use this section over here, the bigger angle over here, this section, to find the length, the down length over here, okay. So assuming we can label them with our own vertices, with our own letters. So we have let's name this side A, then we have B here, we have C here, and let's make this side D, okay. Good. So we can find the length of DC with this over here. We know our trig ratios, right? So here, the angle over here is opposite to this side, and you can see that there's a perpendicular line to the ground. So to form an angle of 90 degrees over here, and this shape becomes a right angle triangle. So this is our angle. The opposite of it is over here, which is 80. Then we have this side, which represents the adjacent. Okay, so we have opposite and adjacent. So let's label the adjacent to be, let's say, X. Let's make the adjacent X over here. Okay, so from here we can use our trig ratios. To be precise, we have to use, let's say, TOA, okay, opposite and adjacent. So we know that tan theta equals opposite of adjacent, right? Of adjacent. So at this point, we know our theta. So tan, so the theta over here is what, 36 degrees. So 36 degrees equals opposite. Our opposite here is 80. Okay. Then adjacent, we have labeled it with X. So we have X over here. So with this side, we can do the cross multiplication and divide and have our X to be equal to 80 out of tan 36 degrees. Okay. So with this one, if you punch it on your calculator, you are going to have something like our X to be equals to, let's say, 110.11055, okay, to 5 decimal places. Okay, let's maintain the 5 decimal places for the meantime. Okay, so it means our X over here is 110.1105 degrees centimeters. Okay, here we are using meters rather, so in meters. So our X, D, and C, the length over there is 110.11055 meters. Okay, now let's come to the diagram. You can see that with this side, okay, we can have a straight line. We can make a straight line over here and have a nice shape here. Okay, a dotted line like this. Okay, so when we do the dotted line over here, you can see that we are having a rectangular shape down here, then a triangle on top. Okay, we have a rectangular shape, then a triangle, right? So you can see that the X over here, because the downside is rectangular, this side DC, so let's label this side to be E for us for easier identification. So DC is automatically equals to what, B, okay, because it is a triangle over here and the opposite sides are what, equal. So X will be equal to this side B. So this value over here can give us X. You can represent this side to as our X, because these two opposite sides are equal. Okay, so knowing this side means we have also seen BE. Okay, good. So in this case, Now, from A to D, they say it's 80 meters. Okay, it's 80 meters. Then it means that if we are able, because you could see that ED or DE equals BC. Hope you can see that they are equal. So if you are able to find this section, then automatically we have been able to find what? The height of the building. Okay, then it means because they are equal. Okay, so in that case, what we have to do is the entire length is 80. Then let's find the length of EA or AE. Okay, so after getting AE, we can subtract it from the 80, which is the entire length, so that the remaining one will become this section. Okay, I hope you are clear over here. Good. So in this case, let's represent our AE to, let's say, Y. Okay, let's represent it with Y, so that this angle, the angle over here, which was given, the angle of depression, which was given over here, which is 28 degrees. You could see that this shape over here is also making an angle, a shape of a Z. Okay, so you can see this line and this line are parallel, and therefore this will serve as what? AB will serve as what? A transverse between the eye level and BE. So this side will automatically alternate this side, making it 28 degrees over here. Okay, making it 28 degrees over here. Okay, so with our angle over here, which is 28 degrees, we know the opposite over here. We are looking for the opposite, we don't know. And we have adjacent, because adjacent is equals to DC. Okay, the adjacent is equals to this side. So we can use the trig ratios again. And here we are looking at opposite and adjacent, and the same tan can help us to do that. So let's look at this section. So we have tan. Tan here is 28 degrees, so tan 28 degrees equals opposite. Our opposite is Y. Then we have adjacent. Our adjacent is what? X. Right? Good. So we know our adjacent, so we can fix them inside. Tan 28 equals Y out of adjacent, which is X. Our X, we know our X is 110. So 110.11055. Okay, so when we do the cross multiplication, we are going to have Y to be equals to 110.11055 tan multiply tan 28. Okay, multiply tan 28. Okay, so this one, if you use your calculator, you are going to have Y to be equals to 58.54682. Okay, use your calculator to simplify that section. So this is our Y. Y is equals to 58.54682. Okay, to 5 decimal places. Good. So at this point, what do we do? Now you can see that we have been able to find AE, which is being represented by Y. Okay, AE is now, the length of AE is now 58.54682. Then it means that the entire length over here is 80 meters. That's what was given to us. So it means when we subtract this one from the entire length over here, which is 80, then it means automatically the rest will be ED. I hope you can see that. The rest will be ED. And ED over here is also equals to what? BC. Therefore, you can see that it will look simple over here. So let's look at this section. Let's look out for ED. So you know that line ED, DE, line DE, let's make line DE equals, okay, line AD, okay, AD minus, okay, line AD minus line AE, okay, AE, okay. So here we are going to have DE over here to be equals to, which is AD is 80 minus AE. Our AE over here we had, which is Y, we had 58.546 A2. Okay, and this one, therefore DE will be equals to, using your calculator, we are going to have 21.45318. Okay, D, now we have gotten D to be 21.45318, and DE is equal to BC over here. Okay, DE equals BC. So if you have gotten DE is the same as you have gotten BC. Okay, so from there you can say that the length, they said we should look out for the height of the building. Okay, so the height, so you can state it nicely, therefore the height of the building is the height of the building, because they are the same. D is equals to BC, so the height of the building. But we shouldn't forget over here, they said calculate to 4 significant figures. 4 significant figures. Now, when we are talking about 4 significant figures, then let's look at it. We have the first significant figure, 2. Then we have the second significant figure, 1. The third is 4. And the fourth is 5 over here. Now, then we check the next number, which if it is equals to 5 or more than 5, then we run it up. But here you could see that here is 3. So we will leave it over here. Okay. So that if you are checking the significant figures, we begin from the initial values, the beginning values. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we check this one, the next number, if it is equals to 5 or more than 5, then you run it up. So here you can see it's 3, and then we will leave it over there. So the height of the building to 4 significant figures is going to be 21.45 meters. Okay, because we are dealing with meters. 21.45 meters. Okay, so this is what the question was demanding. Okay, this is all that the question was demanding. And I just this sketch I use pen, but you should use pencil. Okay, pencil and rule and make it nice. Okay, now we are going to look at we will suspend it here so that you can revise it on it, and revise it well, so that the next time you look at the B part. Okay, we look at the B part, go through over it, analyze the questions very well, so that when you get a similar question, use the same principle to do it. We have the questions at our Telegram page. You can join our Telegram page using the link under the comment section. Okay, just the link. If you don't have Telegram, you can download it and install. Then after that, you use the link to join the group so that you can get access to the entire questions and many more questions over there. So this brings us to today's lesson on angle of depression and elevation. Thank you. Bye-bye.